Hello everybody, my name's Atley. Welcome back to my SnowRunner hard mode challenge. This is a kind of mini special expedition. I don't expect this one to be particularly difficult. I'm going to go and unlock the active suspension for the Azov 73210. And for anybody who's followed along with my main hard mode series, I'm currently using that truck in Yukon for logging, and it would be great to have the active suspension. Now, I posted the unlock of this Zix 605R. That's due to go live today. I'm recording this on Saturday morning. And I'm going to publish this one as a bonus Sunday. And the simple reason for that is I want to be able to use the active suspension in Yukon, but I don't want to use it until I've posted the unlock video. So rather than waiting a week and doing another Saturday special, I'm going to post a Sunday bonus and get this done and unlocked so that I can use it on my main series. So the only thing I'm going to do, this truck, I changed the colour to white from the end of the unlock episode for the Zix 605R. I left it with a camouflage colour, but while I was editing it, I thought, it looks alright in white actually, especially with that bumper that I've done with a sort of white and grey stripes on it. I thought I quite like this in white, so I'm going to leave it in white for a minute. And then what I've done is I've installed the advanced special gearbox and advanced heavy winch that I previously in Yukon took out of the Pacific P16. So the only thing I need to do, and I am going to do this now, is I'm going to buy the bigger engine, the biggest engine for this Zix. And then I'm going to use the Zix to go off to, I'll sell one of those. Always keep one so that I can swap the big engine between vehicles if I needed to. Well, I'd rather not do that. I'd rather just buy them. So I'm going to use the Zix to do this unlock. Let's just quickly talk about the way I'm going to do that. So I'm going to come out here and basically follow the route to start with that we used in the previous episode. I am going to come through this location where we've got the can loaf parked against a scout fuel trailer that's not got much left in it, about 300 litres. I won't fill up from that because through bug or luck or whatever, when I put the roof add on this Zix, it's ended up with 200 litres. So I've got enough fuel to get to the next fuel kind of thing. So I'm not gonna take any more fuel out of that. I'd rather leave that ready for my next sort of return to this map. And then I'm going to come here, I am going to hit that watchtower, and then I'll leave the rest of the route until I've opened up the map with that watchtower. But there's an area you can get across the river here. I'm not sure if it's there or not, but once I've opened the watchtower a little bit, I'll see where you'll see where I mean, I'll show you where I mean, and then we'll go over. And the gateway into Cherno-Kamensk is about there somewhere. So I need to make my way to that side of the map. But yeah, we're going to use the Zix for it. And there's no particular reason. It might even be easier in the Tatarin, but I want to drive this truck. I've not driven it yet, other than driving it back after rescuing it. I've now done some upgrades to it, so I want to drive it. And also, it is on the map already, so therefore I don't have to pay a deployment fee to bring it here. So rather than bringing the Tatarin and paying 3,500, while this truck is here, I may as well get this unlock. And that is all I'm going to do as well. I'm not going to get any of the other unlocks. I was a little bit confused because several people in comments were telling me that there are some good unlocks on this map in Amur. But from what I can see, all there is really, let's get driving while I talk. All there is really is there is a new scout that you unlock, a Khan Sentinel double cab pickup truck vehicle. And there's some suspension and other upgrades for that Khan Sentinel. I don't really need another scout in my life at the moment, so I'm not sure. I'm overflowing with scouts. I think we all are in this game. And then the other one is, again, scout related, but I think the biggest engine for the Khan Loaf is here. There's also an engine for the War on Grad, and it may be an engine upgrade. I'm not sure. It may be the biggest engine, or I may already have the biggest engine. But there is a War on Grad and Tatra Phoenix engine that may be useful, but I haven't. Should be able to bump over this. I've not actually done this before. Let's get the line a bit better. Got the winch off. Maybe I hit that with the wrong line. Don't have chains, so let's go off the side to that and see if that gives me any help. There we go. So I didn't expect that to be difficult. Well, I don't have chains, so you never really know what's going to be difficult or not. Let's just get another winch on the back. There we go. Just get that to give me a bit of forward. Just managed to wiggle it enough to get it loose. Get going. Yeah, so I'm not going to do anything else. There's a garage to unlock in Chernobyl. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to drive in, get the upgrade for the Azov, drive back, and then this can be retained in the garage. And I don't even know yet whether I'm going to take this to Yukon. Lack of chains. There's only one really big, heavy high saddle trailer job to do left in my Yukon save. So unless I were to buy a high saddle trailer, I'm not sure that I would use this much. One of the reasons I got this truck is that it was highly recommended for me to get it before thinking about phase 8 content, which is currently at the time of recording this on public test server. I haven't loaded it up and had a look at it. I've just seen one video that describes the kind of key features, but that was early in public tests. It's all subject to change, and I am intentionally, as is my way, not paying too much attention to public tests because I'd rather experience the maps for myself when they're released. So on the right here, there's our can loaf and a little fuel trailer. Like I said, I'm not gonna touch that. I've got fuel. Let's just deal with that a sec because I'm only on 42 at the moment. But I've got 200 litres in the roof, which is a kind of unexpected bonus because I added that roof add-on and it gave me that 200 litres. I didn't expect it to. It didn't give me it for the spare wheel. There's another 50 litres or so that's meant to be in the spare wheel. Didn't give me that. This feels like a big chunky thing to be driving. I'm enjoying this already. When I drove it back to the garage, I was in tow rope convoy with the, not sure the way up to that, with the Task Force. So I never actually got to drive it in its own right properly. I was always on the end of a rope with it, so yeah, good to drive it properly. I'm assuming I can get up to this watchtower from this side. Yeah. Right, so that's just opened up the map. Just for the hell of it, I will do the cutscene because it's daylight. But more importantly, it now shows me it wasn't that crossing point I was thinking of. It's this one, so let's get rid of the waypoints. So we're going to rejoin this trail down to here and then basically across what looks like a rocky boarding location. And then there's a tree fall here that blocks the road off. So we'll get to here and then look at what that looks like. But we're not going to be doing the tree fall, I don't think. I also noticed there's a logging trailer. That looks like a medium logging trailer. Interesting. I bet that's not needed for the tree fall. But that's £14,000 you don't have to spend when you come to a Muir, which is very welcome. Thank you for that, devs. Back her up. Get back on the trail. I'm pretty sure this unlock would have been fine with the Tatterin as well. But I just figured, why not? Got a new truck, why not play with it? This looks like breaking ice. So it's a bit of a test of this truck, which doesn't even blink. But a little bit of breaking ice, no problem for me, mate. You just keep driving and I'll keep moving. Oh, no, 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 no. Whoa. So that's the challenge with that chunky ice, is that sometimes it just throws you in that nearly tipped over a big heavy truck, nearly tipped over by a chunk of physics glitching ice. It's one reason that none of us like that chunky stuff. That was a little bit of a heart-stopping moment. I was thinking I'm gonna have to do a rescue here on what I had expected would be a relatively simple drive in, grab an upgrade, drive out again. Is anything ever simple on SnowRunner though? Oh yeah, that's why we love it, right? But that could have turned into a disaster, because the only other truck of substance I've got anywhere near here, I suppose I've got two. There's the Caterpillar fuel bunker is still on Erska River, and so is the Voron Grad. So if that had rolled over, then I would have had to go and get one of those two to come and get it. So there is a road blockage here. Shall I tag it? It's kind of content for when I come here properly, but let's tag it anyway. And this is a icy road, so I don't know how this truck copes with icy roads, to be honest. Let's engine off. So that is handbrake on. And the answer to my question is, it just slides on icy roads. Let's just tag this before I can slide off it again. Cliffside Treefall. Beginning to think that it would have been easier to pave a new road instead of clearing out that one. Oh well, too late for that. Time to get our hands dirty. Let's just see what that needs. Service spare parts ×2, which you could get from the place I just left. Oh, there's a trailer. No. Yeah, there's an empty sideboard trailer and unlimited supply of service spare parts. So if you were planning this and you knew what you're doing, which I don't, because I didn't plan it, you would pick those up. But then I haven't got a loading crane, and I do use a loading crane on my save. So we're not going to be doing that, and I'm assuming that this isn't the sort of blockage that even a Zix can drive over. I am going to try coming around here and get back onto that road from the other side. Lost but not forgotten. I wonder if that's the Cairn Sentinel that you get to unlock. But yeah, I'm assuming I can't get over. Would be silly. I don't know whether this icy road is going to let me have a look, but it would be silly not to at least try and look at this rockfall, wouldn't it? No, we're just going to slide. Let's just get out. Let's get back down. Let's get back down onto safe mud, which for this truck is definitely safer. And I've had enough of a look on Map Runner to know where the upgrade that I'm going to is, and to know where there's a couple of places for me to get fuel on the way to that upgrade, and obviously to give me a bit of an idea that this isn't an impassable route around here. It's not saying it's trivial, but I think I can get around here and back up onto the road. Yeah, so that's a medium logging trailer that's full. That's great. I like the fact that they've given us a trailer without having to spend 14,000 to buy one. Driving into fog of war, so as I move forward I'll have to try and have another look at the map and find a route through, but at the minute this looks okay. And then I've got to start thinking about turning left and climbing up at some point. Pretty thick tree line though, isn't it? Is that a trail? No, it doesn't look like a trail. Let me have a look at the map a minute. Although it looked bad, I think that might have been better. Because there's a thinner belt of trees to get to here. Basically, that's what I want to do, get to there. And then I can rejoin the road. But I'm going to back it up a little bit. And hope that I don't end up regretting leaving that fuel in the cantaloupe. But somewhere up through here, basically. Kind of a route, isn't it? I can fit between these two. Nope. Go around that one on the right then. Lights on. Not the brightest headlights. It's not quite full dark yet, so it's kind of difficult to judge, but... Don't be stuck on the tree. That's funny, that's just Spider-Man tree. Stuck to me. Right, what am I driving into here? Okay, so I can see the road. I can see the Armco barrier for it as well, which I'll have to get over. Anything big enough to winch off? Nope. It's all little baby trees that pull right out by the roots. Go around those rocks instead of over them then. Good, with these big wheels, be able to bump over this barrier without too much difficulty. That was alright. Get it into auto. I do now need to find fuel, but I know that there's fuel relatively close. Just gotta hope I can get to it before I run out. My main tank is still green. Now this is ridiculously fuel efficient for what it is. So there's a industrial complex just come into sight on the left there, and there's a 2,000 litre fuel tank in there. So I'm going to rush straight in there and grab that, and then I can relax a little bit and get on with the rest of it. Slippy slidey on this icy stuff, which is to be expected, but a bit of fun. So that fuel tank is in there, look, you can just see it coming into view. Done. Engine off. Refuel 103 litres, so I was alright for fuel. I wasn't in danger yet. But let's fill up my truck, my trunk, and my spare wheel tank. A couple of jerry cans on the side of the spare wheel utility mount. So that's now, it's quite absurd, isn't it? 240 plus the main tank. So there's a watchtower there. Let's just have a quick look at the map. I'm not going to hit it because it's not what I'm here for. I know that the gateway is around here somewhere. So what I'm going to do now is out of here, follow this road, and get to the point that I can hopefully see the gateway. Turn it round. And continue onwards. And I'm leaving as much of that fuel as I can in location. I'm not like towing it with me or anything, because I've got to come here for my main season at some point. and I don't want to strip maps of content. That's why I didn't take the fuel out of the scout carrier and the can lope, is that I kind of want that to be there when I come back. Although it might be a good idea if I could tag something that would show me where this gateway is. I can just about make out the edge of a road there. I think the gateway is more like here. And there's a road down here that with a crossroads that would go off to it. But I'm in a 6, so why would I use roads? And basically straight line it across this rough stuff. Gives me a better test of the vehicle because I haven't got chains anyway, so the road isn't pleasant. I think you can see the march dance for the gateway already. This vehicle is kind of in its element when it's in this stuff. I know where the upgrade is on the other side. Task there on the left. I'm not going to bother tagging it. That's content for when I come back. Just straight into this gateway. Cherno-Kamensk. That's how I'm going to say it. I have no idea if that is correct pronunciation. Probably isn't. Cherno-Kamensk. Right. So, first time into this map, on this save, I have to follow my nose down this road. I will come to a blockage that I'm not going to work on. I'll drive around it. I'm not going to mess with any of the watchtowers. I'm just going to go and get my upgrade. And I know that it's roughly here somewhere. But I'm just going to follow my nose down this road until I get to a blockage, turn left, bypass the blockage. Contest there. Again, not going to touch any of that. Got the icy road, so let's be a bit careful. Although so far I would say that this is a little bit less slippery than some non-chain mud tires. Pretty dark though, isn't it? Let me just think about a cab view briefly. See if that improves things much from a viewing perspective. Probably not. So there's metal beams or something that you can take from deconstructing a house on the right there I've just passed. And I think this is where I turn down. So if I carry on there to the right, I think there's a blockage, but that's no good to me. So I'm pretty sure I need to turn down left here. Pretty dark dashboard on this. Not a lot of, you know, I'm in cab view, but there's not an awful lot of illumination inside the cab. Got some street lights. Does that give me anything that... Yeah, it's pretty dark, isn't it? Let me have a look at the map, make sure I'm not zigging when I should zag. Yeah, okay, this is the right place. So I'm going to come in here. Probably I have to go around this compound. There is another fuel carrier in here. I won't fill up now because I don't need to. I've got a full reef rack and spare. I might fill up at that on the way back. Just to distribute where I'm stealing fuel from. And then I need to turn right and start heading uphill, basically. Not quite sure where. Again, check the map. Yeah, so I'm going to be coming up through here. A beast of a vehicle, isn't it? And then there's another spot, I think. Here and then up through here. And we go past a crashed rocket, I think. Yeah, turn right here. Got a waypoint behind me. So, yeah, there's a crashed rocket on our left. Let's see if it's visible. I'll turn the headlights towards it a little bit, just for a bit of sightseeing while we're here. Do I have to load that up on a trailer? That looks huge, doesn't it? No idea. I know there is some rocket-related contracts here, and there's some big cargo here. Not sure if that's one of them. But in terms of our current objective, up this hill we find the road, turn left on the road, and follow it down the hill a little bit. I'll have to do the waypoint because the waypoint is now way behind me because I obviously missed one. In fact, I may as well do that now while I'm on the flat and my handbrake will work. So fix the waypoint. And then I'm pretty sure it's here. Up to here is the upgrade. So we're almost there. Right, bit of a descent, no chains, but yeah. Turn up here. I think it's here. put this back in external view. Just because I think it's bouncing around too much. That might invoke motion sickness for anybody watching this. So one of the reasons I don't use cab view much is I don't really want to invoke motion sickness for people. Especially if it's something I might end up time-lapsing. But there we go. So there's a crashed helicopter. But also that car there, and we're taking some active suspension out of it. So this is an upgrade I have wanted since Tamir. Active suspension or Azov 73-210. Doesn't work for any other vehicle. It's just for that one. That's awesome. We've got it. Now, map. We basically, so the route we did was there, down through here, past the brick framing, down this hill, out to here, across to here, up here, past the rocket debris, to the road, follow the road, down, up here, and there we are. So that's the route that we used to unlock the Azov 73-210 active suspension. What I'm going to do now is basically that in reverse. So then I'm going to get myself all the way back to Cosmodrome Garage. And as with the tail end of the main unlock for this, I'm going to time-lapse a bejesus out of it. But before I do that, I think I will drop in here to grab some fuel. So I'm not taking it all from that one place out in Cosmodrome. So turn it round. Always fun in the dark, but turn it round and repeat the same route we just did, but in reverse. Get a bit vulnerable there. 2 wheels up on that rock. Don't think it's a very tippy truck, but that felt like a silly position to put it in. Having done the hard part, I don't want to turn this into a special expedition to rescue the Zix for a second time. And with hard mode, obviously, you can't recover. If you'd done this on normal mode, you would just recover back to the garage now, right? But no, I can't do that. I've got to drive out. But when we resume Yukon in the next episode, the Azov 73-210 can now use active suspension, which is pretty cool. Worth the extra work for me to create a Sunday special. And this is just driving back, right? So this is going to be time-lapsed, and I have no issues with anybody saying, right, okay, I've seen the unlock, bye. Of course, what you might miss is me rolling this thing over spectacularly and spending 4 hours getting it back. This looks like loading zones that you're going to have to activate the ability to get cargo out of it. So this one's not full, okay. But I am still going to steal enough to fill me up. Yeah, this looks like a loading type of warehouse that you might have to activate. Probably should mark it, shouldn't I? I'm not familiar enough with this place to just follow my nose, because I'd end up in entirely the wrong place. And you can see that this upgrade wasn't far into this map anyway. So once you've unlocked Cosmodrome Garage, it's pretty easy to come and get this. I think I could have done this just as easily, maybe even easier in the Tatterin. Going through those trees probably would have been a bit easier. Little bit slippy. But there have certainly been heavy trucks with mud tires on that would have just sat stationary and slid backwards down that little incline. Not going to bother taking fuel on the way back this time. Somewhere here, to here, to here. There we go. It's simple, doesn't it? Can't zoom out the map anymore. The big map. Let's go. So yeah. Big time lapse. Headlights on. Not quite daylight yet. It almost feels like the Tatterin in that it just goes. It doesn't stop for anything. Except a little bit of ice luck. Yeah, there we go. Maybe that doesn't count as a little bit of ice. I was trying to winch that power pole. Yeah. Away from ice, it doesn't stop for anything. But of course, any truck with nothing but mud tyres is gonna struggle on icy asphalt. A little bit sticky. It's fallen off the wooden planks. Right, so we need to leave the road here somewhere. Actually, from this angle, let's just have a look at this tree fall. Nope, asking for trouble. Pretty much back down the way we came. Which is mostly a challenge of seeing where it is I'm trying to steer to get through these trees. Did the job though. There's a Tuz there, and it may seem silly to drive past it, but that's not my mission. So even though I'm right there, I'm ignoring it. Ditto for this trailer. I don't even know where it's going to be delivered, but I'm going to leave it until I come back. What a vehicle. Arguably a bit excessive taking such a huge, heavy class vehicle to do an unlock like that. But I just wanted to drive it for a bit. Big tyres always help with this icy stuff. 61-inch muds, I think. Saying hello to the lope as I drive past. Thinking about it. You know what? That was a bit rude. Now that I've got this unlock, I left the loper in case I needed support for the unlock. But now that I've got the unlock, I don't know that I wouldn't want the lope on another map. So I am going to put the lope on a tow rope and bring it back to the garage with me. Because I don't fancy the lope's chances of driving back to the garage on its own. It's going to get beaten up a little bit though. Difficult not to beat it up when it's on a tow rope. To do it driving it onto my roof rack and packing it, really, I bet it would pack up there. Beyond my capabilities. I am not a loaf wizard. At least the loaf's not skidding along on its roof. Oh, and it tips over on its side. Look at it, look. Literally, I just said that. At least it's not skidding along on its roof and it immediately rolls over. That's funny, the engine's switched off on that Zix, but it's spinning the wheels because I'm telling the winch to work. A big rock underneath me. How can the little bit of road at the end be the most difficult bit of the activity? Just do your job, mate, and come with me. That'll do. The Lope's engine is off and it is back to the garage. That's close enough for me. Job done. Mission accomplished. Retain it here. I'll probably will take it to Yukon just because I'm excited. But more importantly, we now have the ability to, when we return to Yukon and drive the Azov 73210, take it in the garage and install some active suspension to it. More fun to sit in a vehicle when you're doing a sign-off, isn't it? So I'm going to leave this special expedition here. This is going to be a Sunday bonus expedition. But it does mean that when I go back to Yukon for my main series on Monday, I'll be able to use the active suspension in the Azov 73210, and that is going to make logging much easier. Certainly more enjoyable. So I hope you enjoyed watching this. I hope to see you back in Yukon. In the meantime, thank you very much and goodbye.